This is the 6th generation of Honda CR-V, and because times have changed as in past tense, this now also has a hybrid version in this variant, which is the Honda CR-V RS eHEV eCVT. Medyo mahaba. Ito ngayon ang top of the line variant ng CR-V, which is somehow confusing kasi mayroong non-hybrid version nito na 7-seater, which was previously a diesel engine. I agree na it's somewhat confusing kasi with a vehicle this size, mukhang kasya naman ang additional seats dito for the third row. But Honda needed that space to put the hybrid battery, which we'll discuss later. Additional information nga pala, CR-V stands for Comfortable Runabout Vehicle, which is very obvious when you ride this vehicle kasi this is one of the OG crossover vehicles on our roads since the 90s. With its 6th iteration, let's see kung ano ang ma-offer na itong sasakyan na to dito sa video na to. Before I go on, kung mahilig ka sa Philippine car news and reviews, I would appreciate it if you can consider giving a like on this video and subscribing to the channel. I post one video a week sharing my thoughts and opinions regarding Philippine cars. Maliit na bagay yan para sa inyo pero napakalaking tulong yan para lumago ang channel na to so that I may also know the interests of the Filipino consumer. Honda calls this blue color Canyon River Blue Metallic, and at least for me, this is the best color of the CR-V. May platinum white pearl din to na for sure will appeal to more buyers because of its clean look. Pero for me, I like this color more. Up front, you have the RS badge on the very nice looking grille. At the middle, andyan ang Honda logo na may blue halo, which traffic enforcers will immediately know na this vehicle is exempted from our number coding scheme at least until 2030. Very important yung distinction na yan, lalo at medyo matagal lumabas ang mga plaka dito sa atin. For safety features, this has a front camera and front parking sensors, which is part of the Honda Sensing, which is Honda's Advanced Driver Assistance Systems or ADAS for short. As you might expect, this has a daytime running lights or DRLs, and dahil top of the line variant to, of course, all lights are all LEDs na rin. Looking at what is under the hood, we'll be seeing a 2.0 liter Atkinson gasoline engine, which is very common for hybrid vehicles to maximize efficiency. And dahil this is a hybrid, you'll be seeing orange wires to remind you not to touch because it's connected to the high voltage battery at the back. For the transmission, this has an eCVT. Important to note here that this is a Honda CVT and is an electronic CVT, hence the additional E. Having said that, Honda's eCVT are very reliable and better than the reputation of the CVTs that we know of. In terms of power figures of the engine, it's flash on the screen pero this is lesser than the diesel. Pero believe me when I say na you won't be missing that power when you see the gas savings you will have because this is more fuel efficient than a diesel. At the sides, it is sitting on 18-inch blacked out wheels which is plain or minimalist na somehow baka hindi magustuhan ng iba kasi it doesn't stand out. But for me, I like simple wheels para madaling linisin. All four wheels have disc brakes all around to maximize the regenerative braking that are seen on EVs and hybrids such as this. And with this vehicle size, I think having disc brakes all around is a good idea kasi you may need all the braking power in times of emergency. Ground clearance is at a healthy 198mm, which is really desirable for our roads. Roof rails are at the top, then for the side mirrors it's blacked out and the door handles are body color. One thing na nagustuhan ko talaga dito kasi you won't see this everyday for crossovers is the lack of black plastic body claddings dun sa mga gulong, which makes it more elegant if you ask me. Others may disagree pero that is my opinion. Mas maganda lang siya sa paningin ko. Taking a look at the back, I'm not sure if it is the color of the vehicle or the lights on the showroom pero baka both. Pero nagustuhan ko ang positioning ng mga bagay-bagay dito. At the top is the shark's fin antenna. Kung nagawa nila ng paraan para tanggalin yan, mas elegante ito tingnan sa totoo lang. integrated third brake light on the spoiler, LED night lights which will be very visible at night, Honda logo with blue halo again in the middle, and down low is a very busy looking bumper na merong one fake exhaust on the left and one functional on the right, which is 50% okay for me, I guess. Hindi talaga ako fan ng mga fake vents or exhausts. Rear camera and rear sensors can be found here para mapadali ang buhay natin sa parking, lalo na on tight parking spaces because meron din tong 360-degree camera view. Opening its power tailgate, may kick sensor nga pala to, we will see a very big cargo capacity. Kasya pa talaga dito ang third row seats if ever, pero gaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, Honda needed that space at the back to put the hybrid battery. Also, having said that, meron tong tire repair kit that you can use in case of emergencies. Yun muna ang gamitin pansamantala na solution while you go to a vulcanizing shop to have your tires fixed or replaced. It's somehow disappointing na despite na its size, wala tong spare tire. Hindi nagawa ng paraan para maisingit yun. Pero it is what it is. You really can't have it all. The lack of spare tire might be a big deal for me, pero with how the market is moving and thinking, baka naman ako ang outdated na. Even on my experience kasi, parang once pa lang nagagamit ang spare tire ng sasakyan ko given the decade of experience I'm driving. Pero at least for me, it's better to have it and not need it rather than need it and not have it. Malit na bagay overall, but it's a small thing na I don't want to think about. Entering the rear seats, combination of hard plastic materials and soft materials ang sidings nito. May speakers din dito, even here at the back, which will make the audiophiles happy. Of course, may leather seats na rin to, which I really like. I also like the black color para hindi dumihin, and knowing Honda, this will age gracefully and will be very durable. Legroom for me is great. Standing at 5'9" or 5'9.5" in a good day, wala akong problema sa legroom. Headroom is okay naman for me din, pero I think people 6 foot or taller can have some problems because of the panoramic sunroof, which decreases the overall headroom. Shoulder room will be great for 2 people here with my size. 3 of me? Not so much. Pero 3 average Pinoy size adults will have no problem here. Best to sit 2 people here to maximize the comfort para pwede rin silang tigisan ng air vents and Type-C charging ports here at the back. A middle passenger here is fine kasi wala namang center tunnel, pero comfort will decrease of course. Entering the front seats, power seats ang una kong palaging napapansin, and yes, meron tong lumbar support. If you are already at the age that you know the comfort of lumbar support, this is a godsend feature. If you don't know lumbar support, good for you. Going back to the seats, may memory seats din pala to for 2 drivers, so if you are sharing a vehicle with your family members, this will be very convenient kasi you won't need to manually adjust the seats every time you switch drivers. Steering wheel can be adjusted for both tilt and telescopic, madaling hanapin ang perfect and comfortable driving position. Controls on the steering wheel are also available for the instrument gauge cluster and 10.2 infotainment screen. Very convenient when you are already running. On the left side are the few buttons for the power tailgate, sensors, traction control, and sad to report na meron tong mga blank buttons, which is a minor quirk of mine, lalo na when looking at the top of the line variant. In the center is a 10.2 infotainment screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This is becoming a standard feature today for our digital and information age. Below are the physical controls for your dual zone aircon, which is a very good feature para pwedeng ma-adjust ang lakas ng aircon for the driver and passenger. Down below are the Type-A and Type-C charging ports, and below it pa are the wireless charging pads. This also has a rear view mirror with automatic dimming, which is a very nice to have. Itong feature na to, siya na ang mismong mag-a-adjust automatically kapag may nakakasilaw na ilaw sa likod. Behind it are the sensors for the Honda Sensing. Controls for the panoramic sunroof, which you can open, is at the top as well. One feature inside na nagustuhan ko is a mirror when you open the sunglass holder. Meron tong salamin which you can use when you want to have a conversation with your passengers at the back. Very good feature to when you want to have a sort of face-to-face conversation with the rear passengers. Researching further with the Honda Sensing, which is the additional safety features on top of the usual ABS with EBD, Hill Start Assist, vehicle stability control, hill descent control. Meron pa tong driver attention monitor which ensures that the driver is looking at the road and not distracted, lane keep assist, tire pressure monitoring, and the ever so useful 360-degree camera, just to name a few. What Honda is known for is for its adaptive cruise control na merong low speed follow, kaya kahit nasa city traffic ka, pwedeng naka-on pa rin ang iyong cruise control, pero be warned na conservative ang distance na binibigay ng system, kaya baka masingitan ka ng ibang mga sasakyan. Priced at 2,590,000 Philippine peso at the time of this filming, plus 10,000 nga pala to for the Platinum White Pearl. Dito talaga natin nararamdaman ang inflation. But really, the Honda reliability plus the hybrid system is really what you are paying for. Yes, hindi maliit na pera yun at medyo masakit to sa bulsa. Additionally, hybrid technology is still not that trusted in the Philippines as of now. So buyers might not throw their money just yet, which might also affect the resale value even if this is a Honda, at least for now. I say at least for now kasi with more and more people going and purchasing hybrid vehicles, living with it, loving its fuel efficiency, learning about its reliability and overall savings in terms of gas and maintenance, malay natin, in 5 years time or maybe less pa nga, when hybrids and EVs go mainstream, the price and its features, especially the CR-V, EHEV, might be not so expensive after all. That's it for this video. Kung may gusto kayong idagdag, put them in the comment section down below. So this is Kai, your driver but not so sweet lover na nagsasabing, keep calm, drive safe, and stay awesome.